Hi, I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about Jay Kelly. Jay Kelly is an artist out of the Cleveland area. He's been around for over 25 years. I've only I only became aware of him very recently. He was commissioned to do the cover for the anthology 3T, and just discovered I love this cover, and it just kind of jumped out at me. So I started trying to find out more about Jay Kelly, and as I said, he's in the Cleveland area, and he has a big cartel site, and I'll put the link there. But he has a series called Death, Destruction, Vice, and Sleaze, which is basically true crime in and around the Cleveland area. And when I ordered these two, I also got this as a freebie, and I'll get into these in a minute. But this is a really well done true crime comic. Um, the city of Cleveland is almost like a character. Well, not almost, it sort of is like a character in the story. I mean, this is not supernatural, but how the city is laid out, how the Cuyahoga River splits the city in two, is a almost like a factor in in the city and how the part it plays in these crimes. It's pretty well done. It's very well researched. Art here is great. Um, there's introduction about this gentleman here who you learn a lot about. There's lots of different art styles here, which I really like. And it looks busy, but it flows pretty well. And then, just to kind of some spoilers, there's a scene where he's assassinated. This is one of the crimes here. And I just love these 2 pages. This is just so effective. Very simple as far as like, you don't need a ton of detail. You don't need to read the words to know what's going on. Just really effective. I just love this. Instead of it's this inverse black with the white hand, the gun. And so after this crime, narratively, he just steps back, says, we're going to take a step and we're going to go somewhere else. And there's another crime, it's a murder that occurs. And at the end, you're shown the thread that throws them together. But again, there's like photo collage style work that's done. Just great cartooning here. It's a really interesting, well done, well thought out book. You get 35 pages of story and art, great glossy paper, good cover stock for $7. For a self-published book, you can't beat it because you can spend more than this on a Marvel book or an IDW, special, and it's nowhere near as well done or entertaining. So another part of the series of Death, Destruction, Vice, and Sleaze is this little mini comic that is about a young couple, and they pull a heist. And I just like how he has light pink out here, but then the inside is hot pink. And it's a really effective use because if you try to do a story like this in a regular size comic, it would be 2 pages most. But because because of the size format, you're limited to 1 or 2 panels. You can tell a short story and it reads like a really great comic. And so this was a lot of fun. This was really good. I enjoyed this quite a bit. And also, he threw in this mini comic. Her name was Angel, and it's a story, I believe it's a fictional story, but it's a story about a couple that go on a crime spree, violent crime spree. And I just love this little cutout, how you can see the main character, that's Angel, and say her name was Angel, kind of reinforces that. The story starts in the inside cover, and it's just, again, a short story that really fits the mini comic format. Very well done. I like this a lot. And the reason why I'm bringing up Jay Kelly is that yesterday in the mail, I got this. This is flyers. It's a second volume. It's a collection of concert flyers that he's done over the past 25 plus years. And Jay Kelly is one of these cartoonists that they print a certain amount of product, and once that product is printed, it's just out of print. So the first volume is impossible to find. This never appears on eBay that I can see. And this was originally came out in February and was printed to order. And then one day, about 3 weeks ago, I was on my Instagram page for some reason, and I see, hey, I got 60. He says that post on his Instagram. I got 16 of these, first come, first serve. So I just bought one immediately. And I've never really got into concert flyers. as you know, as far as the art, but this is just really great, and he signed it here, and it's a really big book. And I just want to give you an idea for scale. There's a regular comic. This is Flyers. This is 400 pages, and it's just really well done. Like, I always like signed stuff, and little introduction, and then just different types of art here, you know, just different types of art promoting various bands. I'm just picking some of the art here at random and just kind of working on it. You can tell that he's got a lot of looks like he's had some influences from Jaime Hernandez, and also maybe Charles Byrne, like some of his Black Hole works. I like this, where you just have this sign on a pole, and you have the cow skull here, just very simple, you know, with that kind of like dusk, just really cool. Some stuff here that looks kind of I wouldn't say outlaw, but something that is just you wouldn't normally see. And it's just really interesting art. He does different styles, so it's not all the same. This is just kind of cool. And more type of underground comic style. This is, not sure who this reminds me of, but it's really well done. I really like this. Just like that half face and that eye looking at you here. Kind of keeps you kind of like want to look at it. This is almost like a traditional, almost like a, this is more like a traditional, almost like a comic book style, but it's, again, he's just using different styles. I like this. This is kind of eerie, kind of creepy, sexy too. Just stands out. Like, you see this, you're like, hey, what is that? You'll look at it. I like this as well. So the whole book, oh, here's a Mega Man homage. And again, it's just really interesting work. I believe he is sold out, and that's the thing about his work, that once he's sold out, it's like, it's done. But it's really well done. It's really cool. He's a guy that I think people should follow because he just does interesting work. It's not the same old, same old. And again, I'm starting to find that, you know, as well as Pittsburgh, that Cleveland has a really interesting cartoonist community. And I've been trying to dig more into that community, see who else you can find. And this is like the one thing that I really love about comics, is that I've been reading comics since, well, 1970s. Mostly Marvel and DC and some of the bigger independents. But then somebody will come along with an anthology, and you're like, well, who are these guys? And then you start digging in, and then there's someone that's been doing great work for over 25 years, but because you don't live regionally close to them, you just don't know. And then you just see this work, and you just fall in love with this work, and then you start getting exposed to more of the work and more of the work, and then also you start getting exposed to other people. Like, hey, if you like him, you should probably gonna like so and so. And that's the one thing I like about comics. It's like this never-ending well of just great comics that are out there. The hardest part is just finding out about them. And you know, again, when you find out about them, then you find out more, and that's really like one of my favorite things about comics. It never gets old, because even as your styles and tastes change as you get older, there's something there. Like, I've read a lot of comics. I don't read a lot of big two comics anymore because superheroes for the most part bore me. But there's all this that's just so interesting. So I just kind of want to mention Jake Kelly. I really love this. I just want to mention Jake Kelly again. I think he's somebody that's worth a follow. Check out some of his art. And that's it. Thanks for your time. Bye.